Wilkes-Barre area.
I certainly did, Scott.
The ever-present good time was had by all.
Yes, yeah, they were an awesome class. Now, I read to a lot of classes. I don't play favorites, Scott, but they were awesome. They asked such great questions. Their curiosity was through the roof. They asked about oceanography and meteorology and life on television. One of them even asked me, how do I know when we come at a commercial break? Well, we have a producer sitting in the control room who counts me down, and I told them that too. Just really thoughtful questions about the whole spectrum of everything that I do. So I really appreciated all of their interest and all of their really, really good listening ears. And there was one student who wanted to be an astronomer when she grows up. Her name is Hope, and I wish her a very successful launch of her career. I also met one that wanted to be a neurosurgeon. So very amazing group of kids who have quite the interesting career paths lined up for them. So good luck to them. I'm glad I got to meet them today and read to them too. I read them a book that I actually just got. I had a conference last week in Scotland, and I got this book about an underwater volcano and a robot that explores it. And I'm glad I got to do my first reading with them. All right, there are your rainfall totals today. Yes, it's been a wet one out there. Rainfall amounts over an inch for Mount Pocono. We got exactly an inch so far in Selinsgrove, about 7/10 here in Scranton. Hazleton closing in on 9/10 at this point, and temperatures haven't fluctuated much. We were in the low 40s to start the day. We got up into the mid 40s and we're back into the low 40s. That's pretty much where we'll be tonight. Low 40s, upper 30s, except if you live further north and east. Those spots right along the Delaware River and Wayne and Pike counties, temperatures now dropping close to the freezing mark. And that was why we were worried about the risk of freezing rain further north and east. But the rain showers are moving out faster than originally anticipated. There are your high temperatures today, near 50 for Williamsport and Selinsgrove. 46 was the high in Scranton. That's 2 degrees above average. There's a live view in downtown Stroudsburg. We've got the wet roads, and we had quite the downpour. Within the past 2 hours, it was really very rough with it coming down. Now, rain has slowly lightened up, but it's still slick out there, so take things slower. And it's really, really foggy in Schuylkill County. You can see that here on our Pottsville camera. With dense fog in place. 41 is the current temperature with variable winds at just 3 miles per hour. So when you have low winds and high humidity, of course, we've had a lot of rain today. Fog is a certain issue. And yes, we have low visibility in Pottsville, about a quarter of a mile. That's it. Same for Wellsboro, near 0 miles for their visibility. Mount Pocono, 1 mile visibility. Here in Scranton, we have pretty good visibility at this point. Wanted to point out temperatures further north and east. See how we're straddling the freezing mark in Storuca and Shahola? That's why we were worried again about that risk of freezing rain, whereas temperatures in the Susquehanna Valley still securely in the mid 40s. Same for parts of Schuylkill County. We're at 43 in Tower City at this point. Dense fog advisory in effect for Schuylkill County until 1 a.m. The fog will really not just disappear at 1 a.m., but the dense fog advisory has expired at 1 a.m. Nonetheless, it still will be difficult to see if you're driving anywhere tomorrow morning, and that really does extend the fog potential all the way up to Hazleton. I know the Hazleton is oftentimes one of the main areas that you see pretty dense fog when we have high humidity and low winds. Winter weather advisory is in effect for our eastern counties. That was because of the risk of freezing rain. Still looks like there could be 1/100 of an inch or so of freezing rain with drizzles that come through later on tonight, but most of the rain has now exited. You can see the line of rain that rolled through the southern tier over the past 2 hours. Now last few rain showers exiting Monroe and Pike counties. Still a few residual sprinkles, and if you look up towards the north and east, you can see that swath of snow over New Hampshire and Vermont. There's freezing rain in the Hudson Valley, and some of that could turn over to freezing rain drizzles tomorrow morning. Here's the view. There's the pink over parts of Wayne County very early tomorrow morning. That would not amount to much. It would be a very, very light glaze, and the rest of us are just going to be cloudy throughout your Friday. There's the light glaze possible, 1/100 of an inch maybe in Stroudsburg, same for Honesdale. Otherwise, everybody else, no risk of freezing rain. Tonight, we'll pick up an additional 1/100 of an inch or so, maybe up to a 1/10 with some drizzles, but we're going to pick up much more rain on Saturday evening when more rain showers roll through overnight. Tonight, it'll be warm, and then it gets warmer and warmer through the weekend. 58's the high on Saturday. Sunday will be closing in on 60. There's the risk for some rain showers. Could be a rumble of thunder or two very late Saturday into Sunday morning. Then we clear out to sunshine, and we turn those clocks ahead an hour at 2 a.m. So we'll have a sunset at 7 p.m. on Sunday. Tracking 70, Scott, for Tuesday's and Wednesday's forecast. If we hit 70 on Tuesday, that would be the new record high in the books here in Scranton. We hit 68 back in the 1900s, but we have not been warmer than that on Tuesday.
It gives us something to root for.
Yes, something to root for, and we certainly will be rooting Mother Nature on to hit that new high.
Thank you very much, Jeremy.